this whole Cheesecake Factory thing has kind of blown up.
Yeah, man, it does.
Now, since we played the video, we all thought it was fake.
Yeah.
But they did another thing where it seemed like it might have not been fake.
Nah, it looked like they was at like somebody interviewing both of them. Yeah. But it looked like the guy was more intrigued with her than he was the actual dude.
Of course. Yeah.
He looked like he was like, yeah, sister, yeah. And then he looked at him like, you know what I mean? So
there may be reasons for that. But, so what, a lot has kind of emerged out of this Cheesecake Factory thing. Real or not, it definitely sparked a lot of reaction. So one thing that came out of it were these lists. So everybody's talking about these lists. So we're going to talk about a little bit later. There's a list of places that women say you shouldn't take somebody on the first date. Yeah. Guys have responded with their own list. We'll get into that one as well. Their
list was a little bit more vicious.
Yeah,
I think the male version was like, the ladies was like, don't take me here. The males was like, we don't want you. The women we don't want. So we're
gonna start with Michael Todd and his reaction to lists in general. Let's start with that.
Support system, right? Because you came with your wife. Charlamagne's been with his wife 25. I've been with my wife 30. Because a lot of times you hear people say, I don't need that, or I'm looking for a guy that's going to make this much money. But
that's dumb.
They never talk about the heart.
The truth of the matter is...
You say that's dumb?
Yeah.
Thank you for that. Say that louder.
It's dumb. Like, I tell people all the time, I did a book. My first book was called Relationship Goals. And I have this whole chapter in the book about rip up your list. Mm-hmm. And I know people are going to say whatever they're going to say about they got this list. You're still single. The truth of the matter is...
His wife was behind him like...
is a lot of times God never hands you a finished product. He hands you something you got to work.
Right.
And that's why IKEA is one of the greatest furniture companies, no matter what you think about it, is they give you something that you have to put your hands to assemble. And it gives people another greater level of satisfaction because when they actually put their hands in to help make that thing happen, it feels like I've accomplished something. Relationship is the same way. God never, TD Jakes says it, God never gives you a table. He gives you a tree.
That's right.
The same thing with the relationship. And so I think many times people need to rip up their list and actually look for the things that are in the heart. You can't Instagram integrity. Ooh. You can't Facebook faithfulness. Right. Like, and so look at my man, the greatest things that have made me and my wife's relationship work, I cannot show you on a post. Mm-hmm. It has to be lived out, proved out, and over time. And so when you say support system, bro, that is literally the only reason I'm here right now. Mm-hmm. It's because I got people who could see me at my worst and still think of me in my best situation. Mm. To still, like, while it still smells like that word that you said just a second ago, they still walking with me and like, I'll be with you because I know it's not going to be like this the whole time. I tell people community is everything. Having mentors is everything. Being around people that are further than you is everything. Right. And if you're going to deal with your...
All right, so that was Michael Todd on The Breakfast Club talking about lists. Now, so you may be like, what kind of list are you talking about? I remember when we were single, a lot of people, guys and girls, talking about a list, you know, like, what do you want on your list?
Did you have one?
I remember somebody telling me I needed one. We were in the bookstore. I don't know if you were there that day.
Oh, okay.
But I think it was me and Lauren in the bookstore, and somebody came in and was like, you got to come up with a list and this and that. So I remember us writing stuff down in there. Yeah. But it's just like, the only thing that matters is, first and foremost, is what do they think about Jesus?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Then, of course, other things come in, like attractiveness and all that kind of stuff. But to me, that was my initial reaction to it. But the lists have gotten crazy now. Now they're getting so detailed. Yeah. You have one too?
Yeah.
We should probably
I got to find mine. I gotta find, but honestly, Maya fulfilled everything.
Yeah.
Wow. Like, I remember finding it a couple years ago. And I was just reading through it, and I was
you remember some of the things? I remember one of mine was, my desire from God was that I would love her family and she would love my family.
Oh, dope.
That was one of the ones that was like really important.
One was like a woman of God, somebody like a good friend. I just can't remember everything off top. Some superficial stuff too, like be able to cook and all this other stuff.
Okay, there you go.
But I mean, because I ain't no great cook, so you know what I mean. So, but I think at the end of the day, it's still, when I look at it, prayerfully I can find it, because when I literally looked at it last time I saw it, I was like, yo, God, you really answer prayers, because this is my wife.
Yeah. So the list is starting to get real specific now. So now they're saying, women came up with this list. These are the places that in response to the
Cheesecake
Cheesecake Factory video, these are some of the places you should not take someone on a first date. All right, let's take a look at it. All right, so of course, Cheesecake Factory number 1.
It's
What's wrong with the Cheesecake?
Is Cheesecake Factory getting good? Like getting more clientele since this
of course,
stuff happened?
Of course they are. This has been great for them. This is free advertising.
Hey, you can't even get into Cheesecake Factory.
Yeah, you already couldn't. So yeah, Cheesecake Factory is number 1. Let's see what else they got. All right, so Applebee's, Chili's, Chipotle. That's wild.
Yeah. Chipotle.
Chipotle's wow.
Would you take somebody to Chipotle first date?
You can't have first date.
Olive Garden. I mean,
Olive Garden's not bad.
Breadsticks. The movies is tough just because you can't talk.
Yeah,
you can't talk, so
true.
that makes sense.
Yeah.
Do you remember your first date with Maya?
Yeah, we went to like a coffee shop, and then we walked around too. Yeah. But we 10 years in.
Okay, there you go. Talk your stuff. All right, let's get back to the list. Your house.
Understandable. That's very understandable.
I'm guilty of that one. Any fast food chain, understandable. Buffalo Wild Wings. What's wrong with Buffalo Wild Wings?
But I mean, it's kind of a sports bar kind of spot. So it's like I wouldn't want to take nobody on first date. That feels like me and a homies kind of spot. You know what I'm saying?
I guess it just depends on what kind of girl she is and what kind of relationship you guys. I assume you talked a little bit before it started. If she's like she loves sports and that might not be it. What's wrong with that?
Yeah,
They
that's
like
true.
flats, man.
Yeah, she might
She might like wings.
especially when they do the buffet, which is also on here. Hold on. Wingstop, yeah, Buffalo Wild Wings over Wingstop, obviously. Red Lobster.
Oh, that's crazy.
Maybe she's allergic. What's the problem?
I don't know. Y'all queen go to Red Lobster. How y'all queen go to Red Lobster and y'all don't want to go to it?
What's wrong with Red Lobster?
Beyonce had a verse about Red Lobster.
All right, let's continue. All right, we got a buffet. Okay, understandable. IHOP. Would you take somebody?
Nah, I don't think I would. I mean, I think, you know what's so funny? I probably would have went to some of these places after the fact.
Yeah. You go to these places anytime. I guess the first impression, would you say?
Oh, yeah,
hey,
first impression, yeah.
going to IHOP. Unless it's
Yeah, I
in the
wouldn't take
morning.
nobody like that. If it was like a group outing, maybe. Because we used to do that back in the
group
day.
dates,
Like right
yeah.
after destination, people would go to IHOP or like Marietta Diner. So
Okay, all right. Let's see how we doing. Denny's, same situation.
Yeah.
The gym.
you could meet somebody at the gym, though.
But would you go on a
Wow.
date? You bring
Yeah, you
somebody
want
on
to date. Unless you a gym. Both of y'all gym rats. What if y'all both gym rats? Like, y'all work out?
If it was like a fun thing where it's like y'all, you know how some people have the banter of kind of like competitive, like if you both are really into fitness, but I bet you I could bench more than you.
Yeah, I could do that. Yeah.
Bench more.
Yeah.
I mean, it could be fun if it's.
But I don't
set
think
up right.
that's something you take somebody out to.
Not a serious
Yeah.
like first date situation.
Yeah.
All right, understandable. Let's see, church.
That's kind of harsh.
I think anywhere. I think family gatherings is on here later on. Anywhere where you have to meet a lot of the people that person already knows is a little hard.
That's true.
Because right,
true.
I mean, if you
Now,
don't know them at all,
yeah.
and they got to meet a bunch of people that
Yeah.
know you.
But what
That's
if y'all?
hard.
What if y'all go to the same church?
But what are you doing? Like a destination type thing? A first date?
No.
at a
Well, maybe
destination?
like y'all go to this. Y'all go to the same church. Maybe she goes to the 10:00 service, and you go to like an 8:00 service, and you like, okay, let's meet up at. We're gonna meet together. That's your
the
official.
service.
That's your official. We official to everybody at
Yeah,
the church.
but this is your first date.
Or maybe that's some. I remember some people saying like we're going to church just to see if that person is like, yo, I'm down. Let's go. You know what I'm saying?
That's a rough first date.
Now, understandably, if you're trying to get to know somebody, that's kind of different to do.
It's just, to me, it adds a lot of extra pressure when other people who know you see you with a girl or they see her with a guy. That immediately makes it more pressure. Like, well, who is this?
Oh, yeah,
what are you
I see what you
doing?
mean.
Da-da-da. You know, and then you got to answer to them for the rest of your life. All right. Next up, what else we got on here? Coffee dates, guilty, right?
Yeah,
Guilty.
yeah.
Ice cream dates, I guess. Anything that sounds cheap to them, I guess, is what.
But okay, so here's the thing. I've been seeing a lot of women in these comments on like the Shade Room and all these other places, the spiritual world places, and they talking like, I don't care about this list. I just want to go out to one of these places.
Take me.
Take me out. So I'm like, okay, so the question is, who who is making? Well, okay, we're gonna talk about the guys, but who is making the women's list? Are these like
Well,
quote
at the top
unquote,
it says, here's a list of places women absolutely refuse to go on a first date. And thank you to the ladies who reached out to me and helped me with the list. It was a
Yeah, I
group
know.
effort.
Yeah, so I think the question is, what type of women help with this list? Are these women like, because if it's two different stories. If women in the comments saying, I don't agree with this, I don't know who these people are, because they're thinking like based off the men's list. I think I know who made these lists based off the men's list.
I'll just say this. I had to crop this out of a Instagram post where the girl was showing
Oh, yeah. I had to too.
So that's
probably why.
source of the
Yeah.
list.
So probably number 5 on the men's list is the
the lady who posted
the
this.
ladies of.
So movie nights, long drives, anywhere that requires a long drive, bowling, nightclubs, hookah bars, bar for just drinks, Waffle House, sporting events. So I guess anything that feels cheap, anything at like a typical chain restaurant, it's a consensus.
But I would say this also. The women you said we just talked about that look, they go to these places with their girlfriend.
Yeah, but I think the message that the young lady, the Cheesecake Factory lady, and these ladies here are saying is they want something a little bit more than the usual. You know what I mean? Like they want something a little bit more special, something that they probably wouldn't have been able to do on their own.
Yeah.
Or normally,
Yeah.
they want you to take them there.
So Andy Mineo saw this list and he said this. He said, "Be more creative, fellas." He says, "It sounds like they just don't want to go to a franchise." Laughing emoji, fair. Man, take Shorty on a walk through something scenic, have some good questions ready, and bring some interesting drinks, snacks that mean something to you that spark some combo. This list sounds demanding and bougie, but I think what they're trying to say is use some originality, some thought, not just a place in a strip mall. Show them that you have good taste in food/vibes.
I think he's dead wrong. I think whatever he just said is also on this list for them. They like Andy Mineo's list. Andy Mineo's suggestion is
No, you're so funny. Business said they're like, nah.
No, you need to. It needs to hurt your wallet a little bit.
Yeah, they looking at Roof Chris like dude in that
Still a chain.
Yeah, it is. It is.
Still a chain.
Yeah,
All of that stuff is chain.
yeah, it is.
But and probably the same people own it.
Yeah.
They just put a higher price on this one. Same steak. So the guys responded. The guys
had to.
And let's see if you guys agree with this. I didn't check this for cursing, so forgive me.
I don't think it has any.
All right, let's see this list. All right, so here are the guys' response, and it was very mean. So they're not just saying word to take you.
Yeah, they saying you as a person.
Here are the women we don't want: single mothers, women with tattoos, women who dress like this in public. I guess he had a picture.
Yeah.
Sex workers, women with an IG page. That's like everybody. Right?
Yeah, that's kind of. Are they talking about IG models or just women?
They must. Yeah. Women with non-ear piercings, women with purple hair or any other unnatural color, women with those kind of friends, models who market to men, women who travel regularly, women who drink liquor regularly, women with weak absentee fathers, which is not their fault.
We see a pattern.
It is not their fault. Women who live alone. Golly, what's wrong with that?
I don't know.
Women with the party voice. I don't know what that means.
Hey, how are you?
Women on dating apps. Women who have been on Fresh and Fit. This is crazy. Women with lists. Women who have been engaged, divorcees. American black women.
Okay, so we had a conversation about that. I said maybe because they said American.
I think Fresh and Fit made this list.
Yeah, probably. But they said American black women. They didn't say black women in general. So they're talking about like if you from the Caribbean, Africa, you have a chance. But if you from American made, nah, that's what they're saying.
So I thought this was a very mean response. Half of the things on here is not in their control.
Yeah, that's true.
So what did you agree with any of the stuff? Obviously, like OnlyFans and people advertising to men online and showing their stuff. We would agree with that.
Well, I think also I don't know if women understand that the guys that you say like deep down that you want, the guy that you say, hey, later on when I find that man, I'm gonna submit to him and all this other stuff. That type of dude would not want you to be online showing your stuff. I don't think why women understand. They'd be like, I remember I had a conversation with a guy about this, about a celebrity friend that he knew, and he was like, well, that person's just insecure. I was like, that's not insecurity. That's just something that as a man, you want to protect the woman that you are serious and in love with.
And this may just be me. I'll admit that. I want some sort of sense that
I'm not for everybody. You're not for the world.
There's something special about me that makes you want to be with me, not just I'm anybody come and get it. You know? There's something to that makes. Is that just me? That's like there's something special about you that makes me attracted to you. Want to be that way with you, not just like
you 1 in 1,000.
Yeah.
And I don't think. I think for them it's the opposite. I think it's like I'm 1 in 1,000, but I can get you in somebody else. You know what I'm saying? That's how they feel. The ones that made that list, the women that made that list, that's how they feel. But I can get somebody else because I'm popping.
So people are stressing to us. Some women feel this way. This is not all women.
Yeah.
Some women. So yes, we acknowledge that. We know that. I would say that the guys list, I would say describes, some aspects of our wives. We have American black women wives.
Yeah.
They're awesome, right?
Yeah.
So that's false. I would say that these aren't the kind of lists that we're talking about.
Oh yeah.
What we're talking about is more so character driven lists.
Yeah, kind of like what Mike Todd was talking about. Like you can't show off what he said, show off integrity or like like that type of inward stuff. That's what your list should be. Inward stuff that can make you as a person, your weaknesses, your strengths.
Yeah.
So you would want somebody that can complement your strength and help you with your weaknesses.
Yeah.
So if you did create a list, you should be like, okay, maybe I'm a procrastinator. So I need somebody who is not a procrastinator because we ain't gonna get nothing done. So you know what I'm saying? So you just need stuff that can help you become a better, of course, if you're a believer, a better believer, because I think like being with, my wife has made me a better believer and vice versa. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's one of those things where your list, if it's superficial, because these lists at the end of the day are superficial lists.
Yeah.
They're not spiritual lists. They're just stuff, because I tell people this all the time. When you get with people, marriage is one of those things where stuff can happen. Stuff that you did not plan for can happen, and them vows kick in. Is like, do you want to obey those? You want to obey those vows, or they would just play? You know what I'm saying?
Michelle said, "I've been thinking about the party boys comment. I think it's females who sound like Rod Digger."
No.
I was thinking more Kardashian.
Me too. Yeah. Me or Sweetie.
I think what Jeremiah said a second ago, I want to also touch on real quick. The guys that you probably would really, really want, if they saw your page as like advertising your body for guys, that's a turn off.
Yeah.
Like if you were interested in a young lady and you looked her up on Instagram, or you guys met in real life and showed your Instagram, and she sees free advertising pictures on your page,
Fashion Nova model.
Yeah, to me that's like. To me, that sends me a signal.
But what if they say you're insecure? Like because that's what they say. Like when if you watch, kind of like, I don't watch Fresh and Fit, but when I've seen their videos or clips online, that's what these women be saying to these guys. They be like, "You just insecure. You need to grow up."
I'll be insecure over here while you're over there. I'm just saying, like, no, it's not about being insecure. It's about, no, I don't want my wife doing that. Like, that's not what I'm looking for.
And that's what they and I saw something where your girl Candace Owens was on it, and she was killing this. She was killing all these women, like, because she represents the housewives and all of that. But it's just so funny that everybody keeps saying that to them. Like, no real man gonna want you to look like, advertising your stuff, and they don't believe that. They believe that some man gonna be some Sleeping Beauty type situation. Some Prince Charming's gonna come and gonna be like, I don't care. Or maybe because of like a Russell Wilson. You know what I'm saying? Like, because Sierra could wear whatever and he's still cool with it. So they probably like, we can find somebody like Russell Wilson or quote unquote a simp like that.
Dang.
That's what they say. That's what people would say. They say simp.
I would just say it's not about insecurity or anything. It's really just about the values that I hope that you're looking for in men. Right? You want them to have integrity. You don't want them to cheat on you and all these kind of things. There's values we're looking for as well. Like, you want to know somebody really loves Jesus. It's not that you're not advertising because of us. we want it to be because of your love for Jesus that you want to do that, not because of us, not just because we're the only ones that want to see it. No,
I don't think you shouldn't want a man to lust after you. Like in essence of, you should be like, I'm pretty, I'm attractive, but you don't want like I've seen a video on online where a lady was a model and she said she summoned something dudes can do that one day, so dudes can lust after, or people can lust after her. And I'm like, ooh, that's crazy. Like, because she was a model, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, I think that's what people, that likes and that attention is addicted to some women, that if they don't get that, then it's like, I'm over. You know what I'm saying? For something, even if you don't even have a lot of people following you, but if you got that, a little bit of people following you, you want to give them that portrayal.
And it's not about looking beautiful or not. Like, you can look beautiful online and take pictures with, your family, your friends, and all that kind of stuff. But it's just, you know what I'm talking about. It's like that specific, like, come and get me look.
Yeah. Look at the camera and see.
Come and get me. Here's my stuff. Do you like it or not? Type of stuff. Right?
You telling the truth.
That's we don't want that.
Yeah, I know, but I think, like I said, they think every man want that.
No,
they think that.
It's not true.
Okay,
it's not true.
Yeah, I don't know how we can get it to like you said. Some of the women are like, yes, Sean, we agree with you, but some women are gonna watch this and gonna say, I totally disagree with you.
It's not just not want it. It's a red flag.
Yeah. For guys with substance is a red flag. Honestly, I would say that. For guys that be like, I don't want my wife to look like, everybody else on IG. I don't want my wife to show off her stuff to the world like that. Men, because at the end of the day, it's not like we're protectors. You gotta understand, when you approach life like this and you walking down the street and I'm walking with you, I'm gonna have to fight almost every dude, every block, because he's saying something to you, approaching you, and like, if you love somebody, you care about their safety. You care about all this stuff.
But what if they say, I'm only doing it until I get married?
No, you're not. It's almost the equivalent to the dude that's like, equivalent to somebody who's like, yo, man, I'm not paying no tithes until I get that big payday. And it's like, you ain't doing it now. So it's like, you know what I mean? So I just think at the end of the day, that switch is very hard, ladies. If you really think that's a hard switch. Because then once you get married, you're going to be like that video that went viral when the dude, she was like, obey. And she was like, I had to say obey? You didn't see that video? Mm-mm. Oh, it's a video where these couples get married and the pastor's doing the vows. And she was like, obey. In front of everybody.
It's like, hey, wrap it up. Wrap it up. Just unplug all this stuff. Let's go. Get out.
And then she was like, the pastor was like, you want me to stop or keep going? She's like, just keep going. He didn't say obey. I felt bad for homie. I'd have been like,
nah, you got to go, bro.
All right, y'all. I'm like, cause that's gonna be bad. That's a bad situation right there, ready to happen.
Okay. Well, so that's our opinion on the list. Let us know what you think. You're in the field with the track stars, Ryan Righteous, Shantana, DJ Jeremiah. Let's go.
Miracle. I wanted to make sure you guys know all about the official Trackstarz Universe. So if you'd like a free Trackstarz t-shirt, yes, as well as free merch, discounts, and exclusive content, and of course, direct access to your favorite radio host, then this is for you. Make sure you go to trackstarz.com/official. That's trackstarz.com/official.